Hi everybody, welcome to day 16 of 4 weeks to feel better. 30 days of inspiration with Spinning Arrow Yoga and Holistic Healing. I'm Alex, I'm the founder of Spinning Arrow Yoga. Today we have a yoga practice to soothe and unwind an anxious mind. So kind of with all the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, I think we're all suffering from a little bit of anxiety. So today is a practice to help, get out of our heads a little bit. Okay, so I'm sorry about last night. Everything conspired against me, so today is day 16. Had a little break yesterday. Maybe it gave you a chance to catch up on some of the other videos, or maybe just a chance to rest, which is also really important for your well-being. So if we think about the human mind, it's both a marvelous thing but also a very mysterious thing. We still know so little about the human mind, and from a yogic perspective, and even more growing more and more so from a scientific perspective, the experiences that we have in our daily lives, they become imprinted into our internal makeup, into our bodily tissues, into our subconscious mind, and they can penetrate really deeply into our being, and remain there, affecting how we perceive the world around us and affecting future experiences. We begin to perceive and to view the world and the people in the world and the other experiences that we have through that lens of the experiences that we have already had. And if those are very negative experiences, then it starts to give us a very negative outlook on life, and that can lead to these sort of states of anxiety, of worry, of wondering when it's going to get better, if it's going to get better, so we aren't able to filter what reaches our subconscious mind and what is stored in our bodies, but we are able to do practices such as yoga to reduce the hormones of running in the body, like the adrenaline, like the cortisol, like the norepinephrine, and really by doing that, bringing our anxiety levels down and giving you a kind of space to think, to see the reality of what's in front of you, rather than to be hyped up on these stress hormones. So today we're going to do a little bit of a yoga practice just to begin to restore a kind of a flow of energy through the body. So that central energy channel up the spine. We're going to work our back just to bring a little more balance back in there, and it's a nice slow gentle practice. There's a bit of breathing in there as well. Breathing is a huge part of bringing yourself back down. If you're getting worked up, that chest breathing is a big, contributes in a big way to our feeling of anxiety. So if we can learn to breathe deeper, breathe into a different place in our body, it just helps to kind of combat that stress response. Alright, so you're going to need a pillow and something to do your practice on, like a mat or a towel or something like that. It's incredibly warm here today, so I'm quite glad this is a slow, gentle practice. Where you are, I hope you have a nice space to practice in. and I'll give you a couple of seconds just to get yourself together, maybe grab a glass of water, and I'll see you on the mat. So when you're ready, we'll just come to a nice comfortable seated position. So just sitting up nice and tall. You might want to sit on your pillow, or yeah, just nice to be a little bit elevated so you can get those knees down below your hips. So you might just want to come to a regular cross-legged position if that's comfy for you, or maybe a half lotus, but don't push anything. Gentle practice today. So I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. I quite like this pose. It feels quite nice on the hips, so I invite you to try this if you'd like to. And we're just going to do 6 rounds of comfortable, gentle, smooth breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose. Okay? So we're going to root down through those sit bones, really feeling your roots spreading down into the earth. And feel that solidity, that stable foundation of the earth beneath you. And draw in that nourishing, that stable energy. And feel that fortify you. As you reach up through the spine, all the way from the lower back, through the mid-back, that space between the shoulder blades, up the back of the neck, and through to the crown of the head. And just imagine that little string, if you've done some of my videos before, that little string just attached to the top of your head, and someone's just gently tugging on that string, just encouraging that spine to lengthen, really creating that channel for the energy to flow all the way from your root, from the earth, up and out through the crown of the head. And we'll take an inhale, just roll the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, roll those shoulders down the spine, broadening through the front of the chest, resting the hands, palms facing up on the thighs. And we'll come into that gentle breath. So we inhale in through the nose for 4, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in through the nose, 2, 3, 4, out through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Just continue that in your own time, counting to 4. On your next inhale, try to send that breath all the way down into the belly. So feel that belly expand. And try to lengthen that breath a little bit, so maybe to 6 counts. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue that for about 4 rounds, keeping tall through the spine. Breathing into that belly. So when we breathe into our belly, we're activating that parasympathetic part of our nervous system. That part of our nervous system that tells us it's time to rest, that we're safe, we don't need to be on high alert, we don't need to run anywhere, we don't need to fight anybody off. So we're going to use that breath throughout most of today's postures. And the next thing we're going to do is just come down with your pillow, this nice monster pillow, Or you can just use a regular pillow, that's totally fine. Pop the pillow lengthways along your mat. Put one hand either side of the pillow. Place one leg over the pillow. Extend the other leg out long behind you so that that leg over the pillow is bent at 90 degrees. And then we're just going to bring the body down, placing the bottom cheek down on the pillow. And again, just coming into our belly breath. So we inhale gently and smoothly. Maybe even longer than 6 counts. Try for 8. Really expanding into the belly and feeling the back of the body expand also. Really feel that exhale lengthening. Lengthening that exhale would automatically cause that inhale to lengthen. And that exhale is where we let go, where we surrender. Where we try to just detach from those anxious thoughts. Or from any thoughts that we have. We still have those thoughts. We can acknowledge them. But then we exhale and we breathe them away. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, slide those hands beneath the shoulders, gently pushing yourself up onto all fours. I'm going to change directions. And we'll place again both hands over the pillow. The other leg over the pillow this time. Extend that other leg out long. Settling down onto the pillow, bringing that bottom cheek down to rest comfortably. And again, bring your attention to your breath. Expanding into the belly, feeling the back of the body expand on that inhale also. And as you exhale, just surrender to the support of the pillow. Breathing out those anxious thoughts as we exhale, just letting them leave the body. Breath here, expand into the belly, and exhale, letting everything go. And on your next inhale, slide those hands beneath the shoulders, pushing you up to all fours. And we're going to put the pillow to the side now. And we're just going to lie gently back down onto your mat. And then lift the legs up and reach them towards the ceiling. or the sky or wherever you are. Flex those feet so the toes come down towards the body. And having those legs elevated, just allowing that blood to drain from the legs, to really move into a different part of your body, flushing the system. The hands can rest down by the sides, palms facing up. And again, we breathe into the belly. The belly expands on the inhale and it falls back down to earth on the exhale. Settle those shoulder blades down into the earth. Breaths here. And on your next exhale, bring one foot down to the floor and the other foot down to the floor. And then just allow the knees to fall together. Walk the feet out, so that you feel like your knees are falling together, they're supporting each other. And we'll just breathe here. Take a couple of moments just to feel any subtle changes, any subtle shifts you feel just from those first few exercises and that gentle, deep breathing. Sending that breath into the belly. Really telling your body that you're in a safe place. You're supported by the energy of the earth. You don't have anywhere else to be right now. You're taking this time for you. This sacred time. And feel those shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. All those subtle body movements, relaxing those shoulders, breathing into the belly. Just telling that body to relax, to be calm, to be still. And by telling the body to be still, our mind gets that message too. And when you're ready, making a little diamond shape with the first fingers and the thumb, placing that underneath the sacrum, the lower back. Inhale to just pop those feet up off the floor at 90 degrees. And as you exhale, push into the forearms, into the elbows, into the hands, and just gently roll yourself up to seated. Swing those legs out behind you. Come into the center of the mat. So you're on all fours, okay? Hands and knees. We're going to walk the hands forward about half a foot, so about 6 inches. The knees are underneath the hips. The fingers are spread nice and wide. We take an inhale, just lengthen through the crown of the head. Relax those shoulders, draw them down away from the ears. And as you exhale, send the hips back, but bring the heart down to the floor. So the hips are still lifted and the heart is moving towards the floor. You might not get down to the So you might want to just bring that pillow just so that you can bring your head down onto the pillow. And again, we're just going to breathe in this position. So send that breath into the back of the body. Breathing, feeling the skin on the back of the body expand. If you want to reach forward a little bit more and really try to bring that heart down to the floor. Relax those shoulders down, away from the ears. Breathe into the belly, into the back of the body. Position, just allowing the heart space, the heart chakra, just to begin to open a little bit, to become stimulated, to allow you to bring a little bit of self-love, a little bit of compassion towards yourself. When you're ready, on your next inhale, coming up onto your forearms and then walking up onto the hands. So now just bringing the hands a little bit further forward from the shoulders, so you're a little bit extended there. We're going to take a deep inhale, opening the right hand up towards the sky, gentle twist in the back. And as you exhale, thread that right hand underneath the left. Bring the right shoulder and the right ear down to the floor. And feel like your left shoulder is spiraling backwards. Opening through the front of the chest. And maybe even if you're feeling supported there by your right shoulder, by your head, inhale and bring that left hand up off the floor. If that's too much, you might want to bring that left hand to the sacrum, or just leave that left hand down on the floor. And again, send that breath into the back of the body, feeling that gentle twist in the spine. Sending the breath into the belly. Really feeling as you exhale that you're just wringing out any tensions, any subtle thoughts, any negativity. Just wringing it out with that twist. And drawing in that beautiful earth energy as you inhale. On your next inhale, reaching up, coming out of that twist, reaching up with the right hand, and as you exhale, placing that right hand on the floor. So then to lift, inhale, lift the left arm up off the floor, reaching, and as you exhale, thread the left hand underneath the right, bring the left shoulder and the left ear down to the floor. Again, feeling that gentle twist in the body. Breathing into the belly. Bringing out that upper body, all the tension in the upper body. Maybe bringing that right hand up towards the sky. Opening up through the right shoulder. Maybe bringing that to your sacrum, or just placing it on the floor. Gently unwind from that twist. Reaching that left hand up to the sky, nice and gently. And exhale, bringing that hand back down to the floor. Okay. We're going to walk the hands again, one pace in front of us. So again, you're in that kind of extended hands and knees position. As we inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head and start to bring the hips down to the floor. As you exhale, lower those elbows down. And then bring the elbows so that they're underneath the shoulders. The fingers are spread nice and wide, really feeling into the stability of the earth there. As you inhale, roll the shoulders open. Feel that chest broaden. Reach through the crown of the head. And really feel your heart lifting. So we're not bending from the lower back here. We're not juicing ourselves up. We're really reaching from underneath, from that chest space, that heart space, lifting that heart towards the front of our mat. Drawing those shoulders down away from the ears and breathing. Pushing down into the mat with those elbows and trying to rip the mat apart almost with those hands so you're strong through those forearms and those arms, those shoulders. And again, we're really working on that heart chakra, encouraging our body to begin to really just have some compassion for itself. One more breath here. And as you exhale, lower that chest down to the floor. Placing the right cheek on the floor and bring both hands down to your sides, palms facing up. And just take a little bit of a breather here. Send the breath into the back of the body, feeling the back of the ribs, the back of the lungs expand. On your next inhale, just lift the head and place the other cheek, the left cheek, down on the floor. On your next inhale, lift the head gently, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking those elbows into your sides, and gently on your exhale, push up to all fours. Okay. Send the weight backwards towards your heels, and on your next inhale, tent the fingers. So you're like make little tents with your hands. And then bring your right foot to the outside of the right hand. So you're in kind of a low lunge position here with your knee on the floor, left knee on the floor. And you're nice and wide with that right leg. Spreading the toes nice and wide. And just gently allow the left hip to sink down towards the floor. Lifting that heart. Lifting through the crown of the head, rolling those shoulders down away from the ears. And you can either be still up on your fingertips, or if you have a little bit of weak wrists, you can come to fists, or you can just place those hands flat on the floor. As long as you're lifting through that heart, I'm going to come to fists. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, send the hips backwards towards the heels. Maybe tent those fingers again. And begin to draw those toes up. So you're beginning to feel a stretch into the back of that right hamstring. On your next inhale, gently roll through that front foot, coming forward, bringing the hip down. Exhale and send the hips back, stretching into that back of the front leg. Inhale, come forward. And on your next exhale, plant the hands and bring that front foot back underneath the hips. Lovely. Send the hips back a little bit. And on your next inhale, bring that left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Allow that right hip to come down towards the floor. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head, lift that heart. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. On your next exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Gently lifting that front foot, those toes. Feeling that stretch in the hamstring of the front leg. On your next inhale, roll through that front foot, bringing that hip back down towards the floor, lifting through the heart. On your exhale, send the hips back. Inhale forward. And exhale, come back. Really reaching through the crown of the head here. Try not to roll, arch in that spine too much. So maybe walk the hands back a little bit towards your body if it's too much to have them down towards your foot. And on your next inhale, roll through that foot again. Place the hands towards the mat, on the mat firmly, and draw that knee back on your exhale. Lovely. Okay, sending the weight back, sitting back onto your hips, and bringing those feet out in front of you now. So, we're just going to do staff pose. We're just going to be seated here. So really feel the connection with those two little sit bones underneath the bottom. Your legs don't need to be locked out and straight. We don't want to lock out those knees. A little micro bend in the knees, or if you have very tight hamstrings, bend those knees as much as you feel you need to. With the feet, imagine you're pushing against a wall, so really flex those feet, active through the legs. Even if you have your knees bent, really imagine pushing that wall away. And then growing up through the spine. Remember, from the low back through the mid back, that space between the shoulder blades. Maybe roll the shoulders up to the ears on an inhale. And as you exhale, roll those shoulders down the spine. Relax those shoulders down away from the ears. And place the hands down by your sides, fingertips facing forwards. Reaching up through the crown of the head. If it's too hard to get those hands flat down to the floor, just tent those fingers. Really pushing into those feet. Strong and active through the legs, and strong and active through the back and the core. It's a surprisingly, deceivingly difficult pose, this. You should feel like your whole body is active. And maybe you start to begin feeling that energy working its way from the root, from your roots all the way up the spine, up through the crown of the head, in this powerful, powerful pose. Remembering to send that breath into the belly. And when you're ready, just walk those hands backwards a little bit. Bend the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. And just gently rocking the knees from side to side. Just releasing any tension maybe built up in the hip flexors there, the front of the hip. Maybe anything in the lower back as well. Lovely. Now we're going to come to a gentle twist. So you have the option of keeping one leg out in front of you and placing, so I'm going to use the left leg. So the left leg out in front of you, the right leg over the top of the left leg, and then you can bring the right hand up on an inhale. Remember to sit tall through the spine and just gently hug that knee, and bring the left hand out behind you into that nice open twist. As you inhale, coming gently back to center, lifting the left arm up overhead, hugging that right knee into the midline with the left hand, placing that right hand out behind you. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to gently twist towards the right, staying active through that left foot and that left leg. The head rides the spine, so don't allow the neck to crunch towards the back. Stay long through the spine. Relax through the shoulders. And when you're ready on your next inhale, gently unwind. Send the right leg out long, foot flexed. Bring the left leg over the top of that right leg. We'll do the open twist first. So inhale that right hand up overhead. Bring it back behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Draw that left knee in towards the midline of the body so it's not falling out. Tall through the spine. And on an inhale, coming back to center, lifting the right arm up overhead. Gently hugging that left knee in. Left hand goes behind you, and on an exhale, gently twist. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to creep the body round, moving from the upper back. Sending that breath into the belly, drawing that left knee in towards the midline with the leg, not with the hand. Relaxing those shoulders down and breathing. Active through that right leg and that right foot. One last breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently unwind from that twist. Bring that left leg out in front of you. Hands behind you, fingertips pointing forwards. Lean back a little bit, but don't crunch into the spine. Long through the spine and just blah, 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 blah. Wiggle those legs out. Lovely. And then maybe, like we did before, just gently rocking the hips side to side. Lovely. Okay. So the next pose we're going to do, I'll give you a variation first. So your variation, your easiest variation is just to come into cross-legged. If you can't sit cross-legged, please just keep those legs out in front of you, either knees bent or feet, legs straight. If you prefer to be in bound angle pose, so bringing the soles of the feet together, you can go for that. If you prefer to kneel, you're very welcome to kneel. Okay, so those are three more simple variations there. If you'd like to go for the full expression of this pose, the Gomukhasana, cow face pose, we bring the left foot in underneath the right bottom, but we don't sit on it. Okay, so in towards that right bottom. And then we bring the right leg over the top of that left leg, and just gently walk that foot round. So the kind of moving those knees in line with each other. You might not be totally there yet, but if you want to give it a go, give it a go. It's quite a big hip opener, so don't push yourself. Stay in easy pose or bound angle pose if that's comfortable for your body. If you are here and you're comfortable, you can just gently walk the left foot forward a little bit maybe. And the key here is to really get both bottom cheeks down to the floor. So you feel rooted down through both those sit bones. And then, wherever you are, bringing the hands into Anjali Prayer Mudra and just plugging those thumbs into the breastbone, into that heart space. So that seat of compassion, of understanding, self-awareness. Allow the shoulders to relax down away from the ears, reaching up through the crown of the head. The spine is long. And wherever you are, just send that breath down into the hips. The hips is where we hold a lot of our tension, a lot of our stress. Just by gently working on the fascia and the muscles, the joints of the hips, you can just begin to release a little bit of that tension stored in the body. And by getting rid of the tension stored in the body, we begin to get rid of what's become not so attached to the thoughts in our mind. Those thoughts that don't serve us, that don't guide us towards our rightful path. And when you're ready, just releasing the hands and releasing the legs if you're in the full expression. And if you have your legs crossed, just change the cross of the legs, put the other leg in front. If you're kneeling, perhaps maybe extend your legs out long this time, or try and maybe bringing those soles of the feet together into round angle, so you're just giving your body a little bit of a different position to be in. And again, if you're coming into Gomukhasana, just bring that right foot underneath the left, top of the left thigh, the bottom. Bring the right foot over the top. You might find that your legs are very different. You have one very tight hip or very open hip. So just work with your body. Don't try to push anything. Don't try to judge your body. Your body is doing its best for you. Okay. If you're comfortable here, remember trying to root down through both of those sit bones wherever you are. This time we're going to bring the hands up overhead, wherever you are. And as you exhale, gently leading with the heart, bring the body forward into a forward bend. You might go only a millimeter. If you're in Gomukhasana and you don't want to do the forward bend, come back to Anjali Mudra, Prayer Mudra. If you're in any of the other seated postures and you don't want to go into a forward bend, just stay here and breathe. If you want to go into that forward bend, go for it. Just be very, very gentle with your body. None of these poses in yoga are supposed to push your body beyond its limits. Always listen to your body. Your body has things like a pain response for a reason. Signals just telling you that you're going too far. You don't want to get there. It's fine to feel that stretch and that mild discomfort, but any shooting or burning or stabbing sensation, we don't want that. We don't ever want that. Never put your body through that. And when you're ready, gently inhale, coming out of the forward bend, reaching through the crown of the head. And wherever you are, send those legs out in front of you. And again, just wiggle those legs, tapping them on the floor, just releasing any funny tensions or encouraging that energy really to flow up the legs. Good, good. Lovely. Okay. We are just going to come into just easy pose now. Okay, so back into a comfortable seat. So whether that is just easy pose, cross legs, whether that is half lotus, whether that is full lotus. If full lotus isn't in your practice, please don't attempt it now. Okay. So wherever you are in your seat, ensure that you're in a comfortable seat that you can be in for a few minutes. Ensure that wherever you are in your seat, you can root down through those sit bones and grow up through the spine so that you feel that energy, that channel is long and strong and open so that that energy can flow. You can draw in the energy through your roots from that nourishing, stable, grounded earth energy. And just feel that energy seeping into you, seeping up the spine. As it reaches your shoulders, it just encourages those shoulders to relax down, away from the ears, encouraging that chest to broaden, making lots of space for your heart and for your breath. The hands can relax down on the thighs, palms facing up, and you're reaching through the crown of the head. And again, we'll just return to that gentle, deep breath into the belly. In a moment, we're going to do, or invite you to do, Brahmari breath, hummingbee breath, bumblebee breath. So traditionally, we want to bring the first two fingers to cover the eyes, the thumbs to gently plug in the ear holes, and the other two fingers just gently resting on the cheeks. If it makes you uncomfortable to have your hands on your face or your eyes closed, just keep those hands on the thighs, palms facing up. And with your gaze, just maintain a soft, gentle gaze at a point in front of you. Okay? So if you want to go for the mudra 2, the finger, first finger and middle finger over the eyes, the thumbs gently plugging the ear holes, and the other two fingers, the ring finger and the little finger, just gently placed on your cheeks. And as we exhale, we hum. So we exhale completely. We inhale to prepare, long through the spine. And as you exhale, like a bee. Inhale. gently bring the hands down to the thighs, palms facing up. Long through the spine, shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. And just feel those gentle vibrations moving through your body. Notice how those vibrations just encourage gentle shifts in that energy. Feeling into those different parts of the body where the energy is reaching and maybe tingling in the body. Notice if you feel like there's any more space within the body, either after the practice or after that breath practice. Notice the breath. Feel any difference in your breath from the beginning of practice. And the last thing we're going to do is just a gentle chanting meditation. So the chant, the mantra, is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Okay, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And as we do that, when we say Sa, we bring the thumb and the first finger together. Ta, thumb and middle finger. Na, thumb and ring finger. And Ma, thumb and little finger. Okay? So when you're ready, we'll do it 3 times. You can place your hands on your knees. Exhale. Inhale to prepare. Sa, ta, na, ma. Try to make them as even as possible. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now repeat them mentally 3 times. You can do the fingers too if you want. One more time, we'll chant together. 3 times. Inhale to prepare. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Last time, as we bring our first finger and our thumb together, mentally say Sa, birth, Ta, death, Na, rebirth, Ma, the full cycle. And then just bringing the hands up overhead on an inhale. We'll close our practice by bringing the hands down, the thumbs to the third eye center, that space between the eyebrows, where we just invite in clarity of thought as we move through the rest of our day. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring the thumbs to the throat and the fingertips to gently brush the lips, where we just ask for the ability to speak kind words to ourselves and to others. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center, where we remember our innate ability to approach ourselves and others, all beings, with understanding, with compassion, and with love. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you had a good practice. I hope it has given you a little bit of inspiration. I hope that it's given you some ideas if you do suffer from anxiety, or even just if you're not prone to anxiety, but you're in an anxious state at the moment, given the state of the world. Please do pop over to my YouTube channel, where this video will be uploaded very soon. Also, I have got all the other videos from the last 15 days. They're all there on my YouTube channel. Spinning arrow yoga and holistic healing. I look forward to tomorrow. I hope some of you will be able to tune in, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. And yeah, thanks very much for joining me. All right, everybody. Bye.